If I were starting my yard from scratch today, I would not plant a single arborvitae. Not one. They're not ugly. They're not useless. They grow into a dense green wall. And that's exactly why everyone plants them. But here's what nobody tells you at the garden center. That wall is doing one job. One. And there are shrubs that do the same job. Plus flowers, plus fall color, plus winter interest, plus food for birds and bees. For the same price and the same amount of work. Thousands of people are still planting arborvitae anyway. Out of habit. Because it's what the neighbor has. Today I'm giving you 5 real reasons to reconsider. And 5 plants that do everything arborvitae does. Only better. Let's get into it. Reason 1. It's probably the deadest part of your yard. Arborvitae give you privacy. That's it, bees ignore them. Butterflies ignore them. There's no nectar, no pollen, nothing for pollinators to come for. A bird might nest in the branches because they're dense. But compare that to a hawthorn, a dogwood, a hazelnut, and arborvitae aren't even close. Fewer insects, less fruit, less life. If all you want is a wall, fine. But if you want that same stretch of yard to actually support birds and pollinators, arborvitae is the wrong plant for the job. Reason 2. Low maintenance is a myth. Somebody told you arborvitae is set and forget. It's not true. A young hedge needs consistent watering for the first several seasons. No exceptions. During a dry summer, even mature plants need extra water, extra feeding, and regular trimming. If you want it to stay full and green, skip any of that, and it goes thin, patchy, and brown. And as summers get hotter and drier, that's happening faster than it used to. Here's the part that gets people. When the hedge turns brown, they think disease. Almost every time it's not disease. It's thirst. Reason 3. One problem can take out the whole hedge. A long row of one identical plant is a monoculture. And a monoculture has one giant weakness. Every single plant fails the same way, at the same time, one pest, one disease, one brutal season. It doesn't hit one plant. It rips through the entire row because they're all the same species planted shoulder to shoulder. Mix your planting, and that risk basically disappears. One plant struggles, the rest carry on. Reason 4. It will outgrow the space you gave it. Young arborvitae look small and tidy. That's the trap. A few years in, they're taller and wider than anyone planned for, shading out other plants, crowding the yard, swallowing space you didn't budget for them, so people do the obvious thing. They cut it back hard. Big mistake. Older arborvitae do not forgive hard pruning. Cut past the green into the old bare wood, and you get permanent brown patches that either grow back painfully slowly or never grow back at all. Reason 5. It looks the same every single day of the year. For decades, the standard yard was lawn, a straight row of arborvitae, a paved driveway. Nothing wrong with that if it's what you want, but it never changes. No spring bloom, no fall color, no winter interest. January looks exactly like July. More people want a yard that actually moves through the seasons. Flowers, fruit, fall color, something worth looking at in every month. Not just green in perpetuity. Arborvitae isn't a bad plant. It's just not the only answer anymore. Here are 5 that do more. Plant 1. 9-bark. Best for bold, colorful foliage. Want your privacy screen to actually be the design feature, not just the backdrop? This is it. Depending on the variety, 9-bark foliage comes in yellow-green, copper, burgundy, almost black-purple. Instead of a plain green wall, you get color and contrast all season long. It's tough. Average soil, freezing winters, city pollution, dry spells once it's established. None of it bothers 9-bark. Full sun gives you the deepest color. Shade fades it out. It grows fast, so you'll prune to control size. One rule, don't fight its shape. 9-bark wants to arch loosely. That's its best feature, not a flaw to correct. Let it move. In spring, you get clusters of pale flowers, then decorative seed heads later in the season. This is a shrub that earns its spot in every month, not just when the leaves are out. Plant 2. European hornbeam. Best for a hedge that outlasts you. Hornbeam is for the gardener who can wait. It starts slower than privet. I won't pretend otherwise. But once it's established, it builds into a dense, elegant hedge that stays sharp for decades. This is a plant your grandkids will still be looking at. Here's the trick nobody mentions. Hornbeam holds onto its dry brown leaves for a big chunk of winter. It's not evergreen, but that dead foliage still gives you partial screening long after most deciduous shrubs have gone completely bare. It takes formal pruning beautifully. Cut it regularly and it thickens into a dense, sturdy wall. Give it fertile, moderately moist soil and get out of its way. Formal, natural, modern, hornbeam works in all three. This is the hedge you plant once. Plant 3, cherry laurel, best for year-round evergreen privacy. If full-time, no gaps privacy is your top priority. Cherry laurel is the closest thing to Arborvitae on this list. And it beats it. Big, glossy, leathery leaves stay green through all 12 months. It grows fast, especially somewhere sheltered with a little afternoon shade. Fertile, well-drained soil, moderately moist. That's all it asks. Here's the one thing you need to know before you plant it. Harsh winter wind is its enemy. Hard freezes and drying winter winds will brown the leaves fast. If you're in a cold climate, put it somewhere sheltered, away from north and east exposure, or skip it. It also doesn't need constant shaping the way a formal hedge does. The size and density of the leaves do the work for you. Elegant, low fuss, and built for privacy that doesn't take a break in December. Tell me right now, which one of these 5 would actually replace what's in your yard? Type the number. Plant 4, common privet, best for speed. If you want privacy fast, privet is hard to beat. Full stop. It grows quickly, takes heavy pruning without complaint, and shrugs off bad soil, city pollution, and dry spells once it's established. In a few years, you've got a solid screen you can shape into anything. Formal hedge or loose boundary. It's semi-evergreen. Mild winters, it holds most of its leaves. Hard winters, it drops them and fills back in fast come spring. Here's the mistake that ruins 9 out of 10 privet hedges. Waiting too long to prune. Cut it back hard in the first couple years. Yes, right after you plant it, when it feels wrong to cut something back that's barely established. That's exactly what forces new growth from the base. So, you get a hedge that's full from the ground up instead of green on top and bare at the bottom. 1 tight row or 2 staggered rows for a thicker screen. Your call. Full sun or partial shade, both work. One thing to check before you plant. Privet is considered invasive in some states. Look it up for your area first. Plant 5. Tatarian dogwood, best for winter. When everything else goes quiet, this last one does something none of the others can. It gets more interesting in the dead of winter. Tatarian dogwood grows fast and fills in dents in a short amount of time. It handles hard freezes, average soil, city conditions. Full sun gives you the strongest new growth. Through the growing season, the foliage is solid green or variegated, white, cream, silvery gray depending on the variety, and it colors up nicely in fall. But winter is the moment this plant is for. Once the leaves drop, the bare stems turn a deep, intense red. Against snow, against a gray winter yard, it's the one thing in the whole landscape that still stops people walking by. Prune it hard every year. Cutting out the oldest stems pushes fresh growth, and it's the newest stems that carry the strongest red. It also keeps the bottom of the shrub from going bare. This one needs room. It's not a tight, formal hedge plant. Give it a medium to large yard or a property line where it can spread out. So which one is right for you? Want bold color and a natural shape? 9 bark. Want a hedge that gets better for decades? Hornbeam. Want privacy that never takes a day off? Cherry laurel, if your winters allow it. Want it done fast and don't mind pruning? Privet. Want your yard to still turn heads in January? Tatarian dogwood. Arborvitae still has a place. It's just not the automatic answer anymore. Tell me in the comments, what's currently dividing your yard from your neighbors? And which of these 5 would actually replace it? Your answers decide what I film next. See you in the next one.